Top of the morning to you. 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 On this Irish Culture Day, which goes by many names, some call it St. Paddy's Day, St. Patrick's Day, some call it All Snakes Day, some call it Irish Heritage Day, by whatever name you choose to call it, and whether you have Irish heritage or not. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. And the rest of the day to you. Well, top of the morning to you is an old Irish greeting. My name is Selena Fox, and I am coming to you from my home and studio in southwestern Wisconsin, USA. And I am one of the 34 plus million Americans that have Irish ancestry. So, although I'm not living in Ireland, I am celebrating Irish culture, music, dance, lore, and spirituality. I have with me 3 candles for this Irish Culture Day. We call to the powers of the divine, the ancestors, the spirits of nature, and the little people. We call to you and honor you on this day of celebrating all things Irish. Powers of the land, of Ireland, and of places where those with Irish heritage and resonance dwell and visit. We call to the spirits of the land, to the Sidhe, to the many stories that are embodied in sacred land. We call to you and honor you on this day of Irish culture celebration. And we call to the people of Ireland and to people who are descended from those who had Ireland as their home. We call to the ancient ones, the ones alive today, and to those generations yet to come. Divine ones, sacred land, and sacred people, we call to you and honor you. We celebrate you. So be it. Well, I'm going to be celebrating in a variety of ways today. I am going to be celebrating online, so you can check this Selena Fox Updates Facebook page for some additional posts, and I've already put some things up. And I hope to get some things on Instagram, Selena Fox, Twitter, Selena_Fox, and also on my YouTube channel, if the internet connectivity continues to work. And tonight on Nature Spirituality, which is my Wednesday night podcast, also workshop, also talk, and sometimes ritual, or a combination, which will be tonight, I am having a special podcast on pagan Ireland. Why am I going to focus on pagan Ireland? Well, often what gets lost on St. Paddy's Day is the more ancient history rooted in various pagan peoples that made Ireland their home, and the understanding that today they're pagans still in Ireland. Now, some say that business about Patrick driving the snakes out of Ireland was really getting rid of Druidism and all things pagan amongst the people. Well, contemporary pagans have decided to reclaim a bit of that legend and give it a new twist, hence the name, bring back the Snakes Day, or All Snakes Day. Well, regardless of what you want to call it, I do think this is a time for celebration. And rather than replaying endless conflicts that happen in the religious realm, I think we ought to celebrate the adaptability, the survivability, and the interconnectedness of things Irish in Ireland and other parts of the world. And that means finding a good way to have peaceful coexistence and understanding of the great diversity that's been part of Irish history and prehistory, and that certainly is part of the greater world today. Yes, we're in a pandemic, and in pre-pandemic times, I typically go to some Irish pub or Irish concert or some other place to gather with lots of people. Well, since it is not yet safe to gather in numbers, it is important to continue celebrations, hence me doing this pop-up live stream here on Irish Culture Day. So I'm hoping that I am helping to bring some cheer today and throughout the year. And if you decide to join me live, or you can join later because I'm going to archive it here on my Selena Fox Updates Facebook page, I invite you to celebrate this day in a wider way and learn about the pagan roots of Irish culture. If you'd like to see the link to listen as an audio podcast, I have that here on my Selena Fox Updates Facebook page. That's my main page on Facebook. And you also can find it by going to circlesanctuary.org, looking under CSNP. Yes, that's the name of our internet radio, Circle Sanctuary Network podcast. Or on Facebook, if you aren't already following our CSN podcast page, I invite you to go over there and like it and follow it. And you can find out information not only about the podcast I do, but all the other ones on our podcasting team. I have some symbols here that will give you a bit of a preview about tonight. It's the green woman. It's the lady of the land. And certainly one of the forms of the divine that I am aligned to is Bridget, aka Saint Bridget. And are they all part of the same divine force? As in my practice, certainly yes. The Bridget's cross, which is part of Celtic Christianity, especially Irish Christianity, is actually a sun wheel. And this is a great time to celebrate the sun because we're actually headed up to equinox time. I also plan to talk about some Irish symbols that are rooted into the pagan past. That be leprechauns, and yes, the pot of gold, the rainbow, the deals, the bargains, the trickster aspects. And yes, the leprechaun you will see in social media and in various places on this day and at this time of year, but actually is a year-round being. Some say actually has its roots in Celtic deity forms connected with the sun. And I'm also going to be talking about ancient sacred sites from the ancient pagan past of Ireland. This is an example of a sunstone from Ireland. It's a reproduction. It has 3 circles. The smaller one, the winter solstice, the bigger one, summer solstice, and the one in the middle, equinox, spring equinox, autumn equinox. And this is one of my favorite symbols of old Ireland. And through my own studies over the years, I've come to learn that in addition to a variety of ancient Irish sites being aligned to the solstices, Newgrange winter solstice sunrise being perhaps the most known of those sites, there are also sites that are aligned with the equinoxes. So we know in the most ancient of times, peoples that created and worked with these ancient circles of stones, standing stones, mounds, and temples such as Newgrange, which is a combination of passage grave and sacred mound with carvings and all manner of things. We know that people were attuned to the sun, and that was central as they created sacred space. Well, wherever you may be, I hope that you have a wonderful day or night, if it's already going into night where you are. And as we move up to equinox, I wish you wonderful equinox blessings. And just a reminder, if you want to join me for my brand new Sacred Suns workshop on Saturday, Equinox Day, be sure to register at the Circle Sanctuary website for our Welcome Spring Festival. Go to circlesanctuary.org and you will find information not only about my workshop, but about the ritual and about other workshops that will be part of our Welcome Spring celebration, which, as it was last year, is going to be online. Thank you all for tuning in. And I'd like to share with you a traditional Irish blessing that I have paganized for this Irish Culture Day. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and rains fall softly upon your fields. And until we meet again, may the gods hold you in the palms of their hands. So be it.